What's up, guys? It's George170 here, and today I'm going to be telling you the story about how me and one of my best friends from when I was a kid got chased by a guy in a red van. So, I was living in Kentucky at the time, and I went over to my friend's house a lot. Almost every day. And we would go walk around the city. And so, we would go explore this really big, it was like an old Texas gas building. And we would go in there, because they were going to turn it into a college, or like a high school, I'm pretty sure. So, but then people started throwing rocks through the windows and busting out all the windows. So it never really happened. So me and my friend went in, and we were just gonna look around, because we would go there all the time, because it was like a really big building. It had 2 different towers. So we went there, and we went there, and we were walking up this driveway that the place had, because it was like really secluded from the main road. So we were walking up the driveway, and we had started to, we were maybe halfway up the driveway. It was a really long drive, and then we see this guy in a red van. He looked like he was like 40. Pull up, and he starts driving slowly behind us. And we're like on the sidewalk, and he starts driving slowly behind us. So me and my friend are like, oh, he's probably just driving slow through here, going on a nice drive. So after we get past the driveway, we get into the parking lot, and the parking lot's really big. So we had been just sitting here in this parking lot, walking around, because we wanted to see if this guy was following us. And it looked like he was, because he was no matter where we went in the parking lot, he was following behind us. So me and him started to pick up, jog almost, and the guy started to go faster. So me and my friend are in this we're in this parking lot, and we're jogging around it, and this guy is following right behind us. So we start to run to see if he will go faster, and he starts to pick up. So we run it. So I run to the building doors, and I'm like, dude, come on, we gotta go. This guy's following us. And he was like, alright. So we ran into this building, ran up to maybe the 4th floor, and we had hid in this room with a bunch of tables and chairs and everything. So we were hiding under this table for 30 minutes, and then we start to sneak around the building to see if the guy's in there with us. So after maybe an hour of looking, he's not there. We come to the conclusion that he's not there. So we had left the building, and there was this mini woods, and it was another way to get to the main road. But it was 30 minutes of walking through mini woods. So, and then we see the guy. His van is parked. After an hour and a half of us being in there, his van is parked but it's like running and his headlights are on. So I guess he saw us come out because he started to drive again. He started driving into the parking lot. So me and my friend make a run for the woods. And after we got into the woods, we just straight up started sprinting. And we hear this guy yelling at us. And he's like, hey, come back here, or whatever. Right? So we just keep going and keep running. Because we're terrified. So we get to his house. And we're like, dude, what just happened? So we tell his parents. And his parents are like, where were you guys? And we were like, at the Texas Gas Building. So, they went out there to see, and I guess the guy had left, obviously. After we got away, he probably would have left. And they were like, okay, then you guys have to stay away from the building. So we didn't go back there for like a month or two. And so after that, we went back just to see how, like, what happened and, like, if anything new had happened. And two of our other friends had come to the building around the same time we did. This time, so we were all hanging out in the parking lot, and we walked to the gas station to buy some drinks. And we see the same guy walk into that gas station when we're checking out. So me and my friend tell these other two guys that, yo, we gotta go. This guy was following me and Orion a few months ago. And so they're like, really? We're like, yeah, this guy was like following after us when we were in the Texas Gas Building parking lot. And we ran into the building, and then he followed us almost to the woods. And they were like, really? Oh, man. So we go home, and the guy looked at us. He knew who we were. And he was like giving me a death stare. Because he knew, like, that we were the kids that he chased. So we were like, yo, we gotta go home. So we start walking back to his house, and we take a little shortcut, because there was like this car wash, and there was like part of it was like a long driveway behind a bunch of restaurants, and if you took that, it would open up into his neighborhood. So we knew the owner of the car wash. So we're like, yo, if you see a guy pull up in a red van, let us know, because we were gonna hang out at the car wash. And he was like, why? And then we told him the whole story. And he was like, all right, do you want me to call your parents? And we're like, no, we can walk home. Just give us a minute, because it was hot. So, maybe, like, after 10 minutes, we left, and then we started walking to his house. Once we got there, we told his mom that we saw the guy again, and she was like, okay, I don't want you boys exploring for the next couple of months. And that was pretty much the end of it. We still went around, looking around and everything for like a long time after that. Like after we stopped going, we stopped going to look around the city and stuff for a while, and then a few months go by, and we start to explore again, and that was pretty much the end of it. So thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. This is my first story time, so I hope it's good. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.